Hi everyone, I'm Matt Gash with SoundersFC.com alongside the voice of the Sounders, Arlo White, after a 1-0 Sounders loss to the LA Galaxy in the first leg of this series. And I think that's important to emphasize. This is just the first leg. There's another 90 minutes left to be played, and who knows, could go 120, but what are your thoughts here coming out of this for the first leg?
You'll hear this a lot this week, Matt. It's only half time, and it is. Okay, it's advantage to the LA Galaxy for getting a 1-0 victory on the road, but the Sounders have been very good on the road in the second half of the season. 6 victories, I think, is second or tied for second in Major League Soccer, so it isn't over. I mean, if we go to the Home Depot Centre, they can summon the energy and the vitality that they've shown in the second half of the season, get a goal, equalise the tie, then suddenly it's their crowd who are a little bit sort of on the edge of their seat, wondering what's going on, because some LA fans will tonight go to sleep thinking this is all over, this is done and dusted, and it certainly isn't. So looking forward to this week. Yes, it's disappointing to lose at home, of course it is. After all the build-up, it's a shame that it's ended in defeat, but it's far from over.
The first thing to talk about of this one, obviously Edson Buttle's goal. You may not see a better goal scored here in this tournament.
Well, it was amazing, and I've just spoken to Casey Keller actually after the game, and he said, look, he was manning his near post as he would do in that situation. Suddenly, Buttle turns and unleashes a shot, and it's like, oh my God, that's going in, you know. And I felt that in the booth, you felt that wherever you watching the game, and Casey felt it between the posts. Great, tremendous goal. And in games like this and in ties like this, it's the quality players who step up, you know, and produce moments of magic that are the difference between the sides. So, and tonight it was Edson Buttle. So good for him. But again, I stress, it's not over.
As much as it was Edson Buttle making the difference on the goal, Donovan Ricketts really may have been the difference maker in this one.
Well, I think in a way, and in some respects he was the man of the match, because, you know, you see it in movies when players go to take last-minute penalties, the goalkeeper starts growing and the post and the goal gets a little bit smaller, and I felt that happened tonight. He was peppered with shots in the first half. We just couldn't beat him. He was magnificent. Big guy, athletic, 6'5", real long reach and wingspan. And I think maybe to a degree he might have got into some of our guys' heads, because then we tried to hit the corners with every single shot, because you think that's the only chance we've got of beating this guy. So he was great, but also it's worth noting that he does save and put balls back into the danger zone for strikers following up. So great performance tonight, but let's not stop peppering his goal with shots in the second leg, and who knows.
Maybe one of the underrated performances, at least in my book, Leo Gonzalez, really keeping Beckham out of the game outside of the dead ball plays.
Yeah, and you know, I suppose he was safe in the knowledge, Leo, that David doesn't have the greatest amount of pace anymore. Right. And to be honest, he never really did. It was never really his game. So he's not going to do a Steve Zakawani and knock it past you and skin you on the outside. So, but he's still a skillful player who moves around intelligently and distributes balls very well. But he was having to do it from such deep positions because Leo was on him straight away, as you say. And you know, he's a very good block tackler, Leo Gonzalez. He's a wide unit to try and get by. So yeah, he was a particular bright spot for the Sounders. I thought Ozzy Alonso was terrific. You know, it wasn't a bad performance. It was just not our night tonight. And as I say, credit to LA, experienced team, Supporters Shield. They proved they're the best team in MLS over 30 games, and they probably proved that again tonight. But you know, it's only 1-0. And when we look back at the tie after the Sounders have turned it around and won, try and think on the positive side of things. The miss by Juninho in the second half, as they were breaking away against the run of play, the miss by Juninho might yet be important in this tie.
And we'll talk about the second half of this series coming up. We got plenty of time to do that with a week between these games. November 7th, down at the Home Depot Center. Again, you can watch that game live on ESPN2. Arlo White will be on the call on radio. And really looking forward to another big week leading up to the game, because really there's nothing more than my heart can take than another week building up to a big Sounders game.
Yes, and we are the underdogs now, so it's a different ball game, isn't it? And you know, you look at their team, and Omar Gonzalez, if you're an American soccer fan, you know, you look at him, you think there's 10 years or 12 years of great service in World Cups for the national team. He is a fantastic player, but you know, onwards and upwards. And it'll be a shame to see the lines being removed for the last time until next March off this field. It really will. And it's kind of just dawning on me that that's the end of the Quest Field season. But it's not the end of the Sounders season. And and we'll talk about this again and again and again. It's only half time, and anything can happen down there, and it probably will. So stay tuned.
Sounders return to training on Tuesday, and we'll have all the coverage of the week leading up to Leg 2 right here on SoundersFC.com. For Arlo White, I'm Matt Gash. This has been your review.
Casey, what are you doing out here, buddy? Practice is over.
I'm just grabbing some rays so I don't burn when we take that sweet Mexican Riviera cruise in January.
Oh, you're right, man. I can't wait to hang out with the fans. Check out Cabo, Mazatlan, and do some cool Holland America excursion.
Exactly. So grab a chair, grab some rays with me. Towels up, Sounders fans, towels up.